Hey there! Today I'll be showing you how to go from this to this. Stick around to find out how. For the colours we'll be using Wyvern Green from the Tooth and Coats range, as well as green and bright pale green from ProAcryl. First we'll base coat in Wyvern Green. This model was already airbrushed with Wyvern Green, but a solid base is important. For our second step, we'll be mixing Wyvern Green and green together in a 1-to-1 mix and thinning it down to a soft layer consistency. We'll then begin our pattern with horizontal lines across the fabric. It helps to do this sideways as vertical lines are a much more natural motion for our wrists to do, and this makes it much easier for us. The thickness that you do your lines will change how the fabric will look at the end. I'm using an Artis Opus No. 1 from their M series, but this or any other smaller brush will work fine. We're mostly aiming to do this at the higher ridges of the cloak and fade it out towards the recesses. Remember, the place that you lift your brush will be the part where the most paint is deposited at the end, so try to paint towards the raised areas and not down into the recesses. You'll want to aim for 2 to 3 layers for this step across the whole cloak. But this process is very variable, so most importantly just have fun with it and try a few variations out. In the future I'll be doing more videos covering textured cloth, both in a variety of colours and textures. This guide was based on a request. If there's something specific that you would like to see in the future, please don't hesitate to comment down below. Next we'll be moving on to pure green, again thinned down to a soft layer consistency. By that I mean not quite as thin as a glaze and not quite as thick as a layer, just a happy medium in the middle. Today we're only going as far as I would for a battle line unit. This cloak took about 15 to 20 minutes to paint in total. I'll be sure to do some neater examples in the future though. Our last mix is of green and pale bright green at a ratio of 4 to 1. The pale bright green is quite a strong colour, so you don't need a lot of it. We're not aiming to go super bright with this. This round of highlights does look a little bit much at the moment, but in the next step we'll be knocking it back a little bit. And for the final step we'll be watering down the green to a glazed consistency this time and going over the whole cloak to help unify the colours. The only thing left to do now is to draw the rest of the owl. This is what it looks like with the non-metallic details finished. And now for the final shot of the cloak. I want to give a big shout out to my patrons. Your continued support really means a lot to me. In the Knights of the Inner Circle tier we have Danat Troy. For our Knights of Caliban we have Guilty and Sabine. For our Legionnaire tier we have Kara's Workshop. And lastly, for our Watchers in the Dark we have Breadsticks Goblin and Sonic Bread. Thank you all for your continued support. If you've enjoyed this content and you'd like to see more, go ahead and subscribe. If you feel like you deserve a like, it would be hugely appreciated. If you feel so inclined, maybe drop a comment down below with your thoughts on the video, or what you'd like to see next. Until next time, remember that the magic that you're looking for is in the work that you're avoiding.